everybody, Rory from ANSgear. We're going to take a look at another Spyder today. This is the Spyder Xtra. It's part of their classic series, so it is kind of like a revamp or a reimagining of the original Xtras, although there's been a ton of different versions of the Xtra over the years. So this is their newest version of that. Comes with all the features you would expect from a Spyder. It is a non-electric gun, so there's no firing modes or anything like that. No eye system in it. It's just a basic, straightforward stack tube designed gun that's going to work. Take care of it, it's going to shoot well for you. Not going to be maybe as quick as some of the guns out there or as light as some of the guns out there, but for a beginner or someone who's just getting involved in the sport, this style of gun, I think everybody started with this particular style of gun as one of their first guns. So that's going to carry on throughout the years, I'm sure. So let's go ahead and open it up. Look inside here. So we've got our gun. Here's our Xtra right here. Get a small parts kit, some Allen keys, some O-rings, new cup seal. Does come with a barrel plug. You always want to be careful with barrel plugs. Not a lot of places let you use a barrel plug anymore, so check with your local fields to make sure that you can actually use a barrel plug and that you don't need a barrel sleeve. If so, get a barrel sleeve because they're easier to use and they're much safer. 11-inch barrel, Spyder threaded, so make sure if you're switching a barrel for this particular gun that you do get a Spyder threaded barrel, otherwise it won't go on your gun. But for just getting out there and playing, gun's going to work just fine with this barrel. And then manual underneath there. Make sure you do read your manual. I know a lot of people don't. If you read it, you could get some answers to some common problems or common questions that will save you from having to travel down to your local store or sending it in for a problem that you could have easily fixed yourself. So we talked about the barrel. Nice thing about the Spyder Xtra is it's an all aluminum setup. There aren't any composite parts to the gun. Well, take that back. The eye covers or the detent cover is composite. It's always got to be one thing. But the rest of it, the body, the frame, the ASA, the foregrip, all aluminum. So it's got a nice rugged, definitely a very sturdy platform. Basic screw-in ASA, does not have an on and off or anything, so your tank can just screw in there. When you're taking your tank off, make sure you shoot your gun without paintballs in it. It'll help take the tank off without damaging the O-ring on it. You have your steel braided line here. Again, super sturdy. Foregrip right here. Now this is just a gas through foregrip. This is not a regulator. It is not an expansion chamber. It is just a foregrip. So something to hold on to while the gas goes through and into the gun. All aluminum body. Only has detents on one side. It doesn't have a dual detent system. So just one side, but for a gun like this where you're not shooting a million balls a second, you really don't need that extra set of detents. It'll work just fine. It does have a clamping feed neck in the sense that you can tighten the screw down and clamp down on your feed neck. It does not have a cam lever on it or anything, but it is threaded into the body, so you could get this feed neck out and replace it with one that does have a lever if you so choose. 2-finger trigger, safety on the side, top cocking, pull it back, you're ready to go. Obviously the safety's on. Disengage the safety, gun will shoot, and it'll cycle by itself. Velocity adjustment is through the back right here. It will run on compressed air or CO2. If you're running CO2, a 20-ounce bottle is going to get you roughly 1,600 shots. This does have the eco valve inside of it, so you do get the good efficiency out of it. But with CO2, its output pressure can vary during the day. So with any kind of gun where you're running CO2, make sure you are constantly checking your velocity readings on a chronograph so that you're not exceeding the limits of the day or the field as the day progresses and it starts to get warmer outside. Quick pull pin at the top, pop that up, slide your bolt out, do easy maintenance. You can run a swab or squeegee straight through the middle, clean it all out. One thing I do tell people with quick pull bolts like this, where you have a lower section under the bolt where you have a hammer or a striker assembly that is under pressure with a spring. If you pull this bolt out, sometimes that striker inside there will want to rotate because it's under pressure from the spring, and the hole that this pin needs to go into will not line up anymore. So make sure that you look inside there and make sure the hole lines up before you try to put your bolt back in. Otherwise, the bolt pin will not lock into the hammer. You'll go out and try to shoot your gun and you can damage something on the inside of your gun. If for some reason you pop this out and you look inside of there and the hole is not lined up, the easiest thing to do is just loosen your velocity adjuster knob on the back right here. And you can actually turn the spring by just turning this and rotate the hammer on the inside and line the hole up for the pin. So let's line that up right there. Lined it up. Notice I have not tightened this back down yet. Slide my bolt in there, or my lock the pin in to make sure that it's all hooked together, and then tighten that back down. Easy way to do it. So if you're getting started, or you're looking for maybe the next step, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, or you just are nostalgic for guns that we used to all shoot in the past, check this one out. This is the Classic Series Spyder Xtra. It's available through the website, so check for availability and order yours now through ANSgear.com.